And with that, we will get in today's section of Chapter 31, Ryker's Request.
We start off with Volke, Illia, and Fain sneaking away from the guild to go see Gravemaster William. Illia's pretty nervous. She's like, I don't want to do something wrong. Are we like keeping the guild from doing things? And Fain is pretty much like, well, you guys kind of wasted enough time already. You might as well just go see the dude. Like, we got all the way here. There's no point turning back now.
That's a fair point.
I'm with him on that one. Gravemaster William does notice them and come out, and they have this big giant group hug, and nice to see everybody and know everybody's doing well together. So a nice little heartstrings moment.
It's one of those moments that you realize also that it's a really good thing that he was he wasn't banished to the outskirts of the town, but he lives away from everybody else. And this is one of those moments where, you know what, it paid off for him.
Yes. Zelfree does come and kind of not yell at them, but like, hey, we need to get back to the guild type of deal. Uses some of his mimic powers to speed his way back. And when they get back to the guild manor, he says that Volke is going to be protecting Ryker. Illia gets a little combative and is like, I can teleport him out of places. I probably am actually better suited for this. Zelfree, and we're going to listen to Zelfree like always, says, no, it's got to be Volke's job.
She's actually really upset about this too. Like,
she is. She wants responsibility, so I support that. We find out that Atty is still on the Isle with her mother. Illia is already aware of the whole we're keeping the caskets of our dead family in the living room situation. She actually snuck into the house and knows the whole backstory, so she was doing a little research on the side, I guess we'll call it. Fain, when they were talking about it, he hears this and it kind of confirms it. He honestly thought that it was a joke when he first heard it, that like, oh, Atty wants to resurrect her family. He's like, haha, very funny. Oh, wait, that's real?
Like, no. They got the coffins in the living room. And the fact that he's creeped out after everything else that he's seen on the Third Abyss, like, come on, this is some pretty serious stuff right here.
Yes, and being Wendigo, like, associated with death, like, that's rot of flesh is kind of his thing, and he's like, this is a little too much. Volke does go into the room to see Ryker, and Ryker is in rough shape. He does not look like he's slept. Volke's like, we have an apothecary, we can get you some meds, Adelgis does dream stuff, so if you want, he can give you some good dreams, but Ryker is hard pass on all of that. As they get into the discussion, we find out that Ryker actually blames himself for a lot of the destruction that happened, specifically because once we found out that Second Ascension was on the Isle, instead of Zelfree and Eventide going and helping the Isle, they first went to him to make sure he's safe. So he feels like he was unfairly prioritized and there was countless lives that were lost because of that. So he has this burden on him that he's being plagued by the deaths of those who could have been saved.
At least he's got a soul. He cares. Maybe
a little too much.
Right. I mean, it's good that he's on this end of the spectrum instead of the, like, I'm just going to be like the autarch and I am the World Serpent Arcanist. Bow before me, ye peasants.
Yes, we do prefer this side of the coin. So, but he does make his request to Volke, which is essentially, don't protect me any more than you would protect anyone else. Really just protect others. I don't want to be plagued by their deaths, so don't do anything special for me, which I think he realizes is not really possible, but Volke kind of reassures him that, like, hey, there's more to this than what meets the eye at first.
Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you could email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube.
And with that, we do want to thank everybody for listening this week. We just want to remind everybody that Labyrinth Arcanus is coming out in December, on December 10th. That'll be about a month away from when this recording is going to be released, a month and some change away. Next week, since is going to be the week of Halloween and the day before Halloween, Scott and I are going to, and we're going to dress up for Halloween ourselves, I believe. So we'll be definitely excited to show you guys that. And Scott, did you have anything else you'd like to add this week?
Nope, just excited for figure out what my costume will be.
All right. Well, with that, we thank you everybody for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week. Oh my gosh. I feel like people wouldn't look past him or wouldn't expect it. Sorry. Wouldn't
put it past him.
Put it past. There you go. Thank you. Words.